The precipitation is blossoming across Missouri and Indiana and coming into Ohio. And with the cold air in place, yes, the precipitation is starting off as snow and some sleet. As we take a look at the radar satellite combination here, we see the low pressure moving up through northwest Mississippi. Cold front, and it's already gone through all of Texas here. So with the front gone by, well, it's a norther, and the colder air is rushing in. And we had some video last night, did you see it, of the snow flying around Dallas. Now that snow is coming down across Missouri here. It's snowing in St. Louis, and there comes our rain, sleet, and snow into Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. The Arctic front, it's right here. We don't have it analyzed, but it's here. And just north of that Arctic front, snow. That's why all that snow is here, getting a little overrunning on top of the Arctic front. So easy to see where the Arctic front is, right about here. And just a little skiff of snow north of that, so a dusting to an inch or two early this morning. Just a little bit of a lagniappe, as they say down in New Orleans. Just a little something extra. This really isn't even the storm, but that light snow in the air is just a little overrunning on top of the Arctic front. Here's the main shield of precipitation coming up from the storm, and as it comes up into Ohio, Columbus. Oh, yes, rain today, but that'll be changing over to snow for the evening rush hour, and tonight it should snow pretty hard. And there'll be some pretty heavy snows just north of Columbus as the day wears on. So if you're traveling north of Columbus up to Cleveland, trouble with a capital T for the afternoon hours, and it'll be getting quite slick and hazardous here. Headed south of Columbus down to Cincinnati, no problems today, but tonight that rain snow line will be headed south. And Indianapolis, you're in trouble today. Looks like there'll be a lot of snow coming on in. Hey, New York City, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh. Well, it looks like mainly rain out of this one here. So sorry to say it, snow lovers are around New York City, mainly rain, but just to north and just west of the city, yes, there will be a mixed bag of precipitation, and you know, in the suburbs in northern New Jersey there, we should get some accumulations of snow. Notice quite a contrast in the temperatures here as the Arctic boundary pretty much in this position here. So as that precipitation starts, it'll be a very fluffy snow until we get some of the rather warm, moist air coming in to the system. So there'll be a lot of fluff at the beginning with that Arctic air in place. Arctic air, it's moved into Michigan, so looks like Michigan will miss out on the big snow. Lower Michigan, we will see several inches, but the main swath of heavy precipitation coming up across Missouri, central Illinois, central Indiana, and north central Ohio. And here you can see a nice band of snow coming into St. Louis. So if you are planning a trip today to St. Louis, well, it's going to be a snowy day, all day today. And we've seen the change over the past few hours. It's snowing pretty hard, and we should get a good dumping here, a good 6 to 12 inches before all of this is said and done. As you can see here, St. Louis is 34, Indianapolis 33, Chicagoland 32. So it's not brutally cold in through here, but certainly with temperatures above freezing, we will not see problems with freezing rain. We'll see a transition right from rain to sleet to snow. Down the south, what do we have for you here? Thunderstorms, and there's a big one coming on up through South Georgia. Look at that one there. That's a pretty mean cell. I wouldn't want to be near that one. Down in Florida, again, seeing more rain, more thunderstorms cutting right across central peninsula Florida. And hey, were you watching the bowl games yesterday? Did you see what the Nittany Lions did? Man, they were awesome. Man, they were playing in the mud there in Tampa, so it was a beautiful sight. There goes your snow exiting out of Texas, but snow lovers around Dallas, boy, you had fun last night, didn't you, with all those flakes in the air? I'm sure a lot of people were just looking out their windows at the street lights and all those flakes flying on by. Here's a look at the lightning data, and here you can see the thunderstorms in Florida, South Georgia. Oh, there's that big one. And there's also a few thunderstorms here in Bama, northeast Alabama, headed on up towards Rome, Georgia. And again in the southeast, it's a dreary morning. Isn't it drizzly and foggy and rain coming on in? So it's more of the same here. And we'll have to wait until faux-pas or frontal passage before things really do improve. Notice behind our front, it really cools down. Houston, only 42. New Orleans, 66. Birmingham, 59. So it's easy to see where the cooler air is coming in. And right here, that's where we have our departing snow. Quite tropical still in Florida. And with that tropical air in place, still the potential for some rather strong storms, maybe some severe storms here today out ahead of this front. Here's a look at the cold air. You can see it flooding down into Texas, where we've seen the snow coming into El Paso. And in the northeast, there's your Arctic air. Again, we don't have the Arctic boundary on here, but you can pretty much figure it out where it is with our temperature contrast. And There you can see the big hunk of Arctic air sitting over southeast Canada, so that will not allow the warm air to move up into the New England states. As we take a look at the map once again and get you into the forecast, low pressure will be headed right on across Tennessee into Kentucky, and then from there it'll head off to the east-northeast. What's it mean for you in the northeast today? Well, first, north of the Arctic front, there will be a little skiff of snow. The main precipitation comes up from the southwest. Rain Philly, rain Harrisburg, rain Pittsburgh, but just north of here there'll be a problem with freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Looks like the big dump of snow, northern Pennsylvania, southern tier of New York, and in Ohio there'll be a big dump of snow north of Columbus, between Columbus and Cleveland. We'll be looking at a mixture changing over to snow, and it looks like Indiana will get hammered today right around Indianapolis. Temperature is quite cold in northern New England, but really not too bad as you head down towards D.C., where it will be all rain there. As we take it to the southeast, rain and drizzle, scattered showers, thunderstorms, and a few of those could be quite strong from South Georgia into Florida. And then you can see the snow moving out of Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas, but looks like a snowy day in Missouri here. And that snow will be quite heavy near the I-44 corridor, so if you're traveling from St. Louis down towards Springfield or Joplin, forget it. And if you're traveling over to Indianapolis, it's going to be a bad day for travel here. Cincinnati and Columbus, mainly rain today, but that'll be changing over to snow by tonight. So all this will come dropping down in your direction. Notice Detroit, just a little bit of snow, 1 to 3 inches. Chicago, just some flurries. And up to the north, cold air coming in on northeasterly winds across Wisconsin, down into the Beer City, Milwaukee. Now, if you take a look at the temperatures Wednesday, a marked change in the southeast. Doesn't ever warm up in the northeast. And as we look ahead, Operation Deep Freeze well underway for the eastern two-thirds of the country, as it will not be warming up. And as we check on precipitation, the storm heads up to West Virginia, redevelops off the Jersey shore, snow zips out, rain and thunderstorms move away, and then we'll be watching for energy coming down through the southwest and turning east. And there are a lot of question marks here, rather uncertain as to what will be happening with these systems as they drop down and move east. So stay tuned for updates. This one could be quite interesting as it rounds the corner on Sunday.